use our website here and move right across. First, I would like to welcome a new member of the board of directors. Deb Oxborough is our new treasurer. Nicole Blackburn has retired from the board, and we want to thank her for her years of great service, helping us managing the finances, the financial aspects of running the 501c3 organization that we are. And while I mentioned that, by the way, and Deb, we do welcome you to the board and looking forward to working with you. So I mentioned we are a 501c3 organization, which means we do work off of donations. We are not a for-profit group. We run entirely, all of our expenses are paid for by donations. So while I have your attention, if you could look below on your screen, there is a donation button. Please click there and give a little bit or whatever you can afford, from $1 to, well, as much as you want to give. It'll all go to managing and paying for programming like this and all the other things we're going to talk about today. Also, while you're on that page and looking down below, make sure you hit the like button. That makes us more visible on the YouTube universe, and the subscribe button so you can get an announcement when we are online again. So please do that, like and subscribe, and importantly, donate. So programs, we have a lot of programming. A lot of Aortic Hope is about programming, because that helps us support our mission, which is to spread hope, create awareness, and provide support in a variety of ways. One way you can do that is by becoming a Hope Ambassador, assisting with the distribution of our posters, which we're going to talk about, and our books. Or if you're a physician and would like information about aortic dissection, the guide, the patient guide, click the buttons below, learn more. We also work with another group, Think Aorta US. Aortic Hope aims to educate the emergency room physicians, first responders, and primary care physicians. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But the programs that we have include our support groups, which we'll talk about, the Hope Ambassador I just mentioned. You can work in your local area, helping educate and support other aortic disease patients and survivors of dissections. So you can always apply right down here at the bottom of this little blurb. Sign up here we'll send you more information about the ambassadors. We have live Q&A events online, Ask the Doctor, things of that nature. Our posters, our survivor videos, we'll go to that, and then the Hope Mail. So let's move on and take a little closer look at all of these things. Support groups. This is something very close to my heart. I really think it's one of the most important things we do. Everything is important, but the support groups really get down to the nitty-gritty on an almost individual basis. It's how I got involved with Aortic Hope in the very beginning. I am the director of support services, which means I do manage all the different support groups, which we have plenty. We have support groups for caregivers. We have support groups for survivors and caregivers together if they wish. We have one focused just on our Canadian members, those that follow us from Canada. That is because as Canada and all other countries have, little different rules, different insurance, the medical systems are different. So we do have a program just for Canadian survivors, and a bereavement group as well for those that have lost a loved one to aortic disease. Now the caregivers, we will update that, does meet the first Saturday and the first Wednesday of the month. And survivors groups meet the first Tuesdays at noon, the second Tuesdays at 10 p.m. for our West Coast people, and the last Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. Canadian groups meet the first Wednesday of every month. Bereavement groups meet the second Tuesday every other month. Now, if you can click on those when you go to the programming, you will find that you will be redirected to a sign-up form. And once you put your name in that sign-up form, you will start getting the emails when we have a support group opening, giving you the link to go. These are private support groups. They're not public on the internet. You have to have the link. It's the only way to participate, and it is via Microsoft Teams. So it's really good to have the app on your computer or your phone in order to use it. You can use it on the web, on your browser, but it does work much better if you use the Teams app. You can download that and put it on your phone or computer. Makes things much, much better. But again, that's a private group, so you do have to sign up, and then you don't have to do it ever again. Once your name is on the list, it is there forever, and you will get the emails for whichever group that you signed up for. So if you're a caregiver and you want to attend both the caregiver and the survivor caregivers, you do need to sign up for both of those groups, okay? There's also lots of ads in our other platforms, Facebook and Instagram and such, where there'll be links provided to sign up. Those are those little bit.ly links, bit.ly, and also some QR codes that you can use for shortcuts to get to those web pages rather than using the real big long links. So they work a little bit better, but don't be afraid to click on those little links that we include. They are safe to use and take you right to the forms in order to join those support groups. Another program that we have are care packages. These are great. They are part of our programs. So we do care packages for people. They're more than just a gift. They're a hug in a box. We pick out all the items specially by our team with patients and caregivers in mind, filled with items to bring comfort, encouragement, and a reminder that you are never alone on this journey. So if you wish to do that, it's not just part of Aortic Disease Awareness Month. We do this all the time, but we are letting people know that we do the care packages. You can go from our website here. You can look up the care packages, and I think they're up here and in the programs, and you can yep, and the resources. You can sign up for those, I'm sorry, and we will send you a care package. If someone's in the hospital or is at home recovering from surgery, that's what these care packages are for, little things to help people through that difficult time, pre and post surgical. Hope Mail, there's another resource, a thing that we have for people. Hope Mail, we just started that with just 4 people, and when you're new, and you'll get a small care package for your aortiversary, as we call it. The aortiversary is the celebrating the day that you survived your dissection. Many of us post that. We also do a happy anniversary every month to all the people that are celebrating their anniversary. It's like myself. I mean, I was in March of 2022, and that's when I started counting again. So besides my real age, I believe that my life started over again, as many of us do. It was our second chance at life. So I'm now just over 3.5 years old, which I celebrate as well. I always celebrate my aortiversary with something special. And one of those things is we'll send you a nice little package. We have over 300 survivors and caregivers receiving a once-a-year care package from Aortic Hope as a way to acknowledge your aortiversary and say thank you for staying with us and supporting us. It is. So make sure you sign up for Hope Mail. You can sign up at the bottom of this little blog right here, and it will take you, see, right there to another form where you can sign up. You only have to do it once, and you will continue to get your Hope Mail every year to celebrate your aortiversary. We also have Survivor Series. There's another program that we do. You can share your story. Where it is, there we go. And we have two different Survivor series. We have the Survivor series itself, where you can present on your own. It's a YouTube video that we help you create telling your story. And then also a Where Are They Now, which is about 3 or 4 years later after you're a survivor, like catching up and what's happened, how have you been. I did my Survivor series about 9 months after my dissection. I was ready. Some people aren't ready, right away. Most people aren't. It's hard to talk about what happened to you that day. Uh, so if you're a year out, that's fine, or 3 years out, and you would really like to talk about it now, these stories are inspirational. They're some of our most viewed content on YouTube, and they are public. Everything on YouTube is open to the public, and they can see that as well. So remember that. But they're very inspirational for other survivors or people who have just found out that they have dissections or aneurysms, and they do not know what the years ahead will hold. And people are often very amazed at what we've gone through. We tell our original stories, and then how we are now and how we made it through. And it helps those a lot. You would really be helping other community members by helping us and recording your survivor story. And then later on, if you want to come back and record your Where Are They Now, we would be happy to do that. And there are the information about that. So again, if you're ready, you can click here. You can also do it written. If you don't want to do a video, we will take a written history of your story. So you can do that as well. So you can click here, or if you're a past stories teller and you want to update the Where Are You Now, you can click right here. All right, these are great programs and very, very important. The best thing is you're really helping others when you do your Survivor series. Other resources that we have on this resources page up here, okay? And you can find here, besides links to the books and such, aortic disease terminology. When I am on the discussion threads, like on Facebook and Instagram, you hear a lot of people asking that they read their CT scan results or their doctor said something to them and they want to know, what was this about? What does this mean? They use a term that I have no idea what it means. So this aortic disease terminology is a full glossary of many, 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 many terms. So let me give you an example. So if someone says, well, to tell you that you have a bicuspid valve, aortic valve is bicuspid, you can go down here into the B's, and there's a bicuspid aortic valve. The normal aortic valve has 3 cusps or leaflets. In the case of a bicuspid aortic valve, the valve is formed with only 2 leaflets rather than 3. Often this results in a narrowed or leaky aortic valve, which they will want to watch. So that's all you have to do. And we have, as you can see, I don't want to make you dizzy here, but there's many, many, many great definitions in our glossary for the aortic disease terminology. We also list common medications. People also ask in our groups online that, what medications do you take? My doctor put me on this. What else do you take? What is out there? Now, remember, when we are in our groups and when we are online in our threads and our chat rooms, we are the members. We are not physicians, so we don't recommend new drugs or medications. We can tell you what we are on and our experience with it, how it makes us feel, possible side effects that we may incur. But really, the decision of what medications you take is between you and your physician. And you can also ask your pharmacist. It's really good at this stage of your life that you have a trusted pharmacist that you use. Pharmacists, they specialize in medications. That is their life. That is their area of study. and they are professionals in the world of pharmaceuticals. So if you have questions, take a few minutes and talk to your pharmacist as well. They can give you great information and also direct you to other resources. But we also talk about that. So here in the medications on that link, whoop, there we go. All sorts of things about medications, okay? And this is a PDF of the Dr. Watson. She's a pharmacist who talks about, prepared by her, all the different medications. So Kristen Watson Pharmacy, so it's really great information. We use it all the time. Okay, and then the pre-post surgical suggestions. Okay, shared from the community. People talking about the things that have helped them before and after. Also stuff that is from our guide. You can find also survivor caregiver resources. The Maimonides Aortic Center, they do studies. They're looking for people to join their different studies. Okay, and then we'll talk about also we have corporate sponsors that help us as well. Here's a great resource. I bring this up especially uh, our patient guides. These are very, very popular. These are really informative. I'm always putting online to people that are asking questions. What's going to happen? What's this like? What do I have to do? How do I prepare for surgery? What do I need to do at home after the surgery? Will I need help? These patient guides have been prepared by patients for patients and caregivers. They are all reviewed by physicians. So we have all good information in there. And we have both a dissection patient guide for those that have survived aortic dissections, either surgical or in the watch and wait group that have them. That's typically your descending dissections. The ascendings usually need to be fixed right away. So that's for those that have had dissections or find out they have them or have had surgery. That's the great one. Then we now have a new aortic disease, the patient guide. And this is for people with aortic disease that may not have dissections, but have found out that they have aneurysms or other aortic disease. Again, the same program, created for patients by patients to help you better understand as well about aortic disease. Now, I know the patient guide, they're also available in Spanish as well for the Spanish speaking members of our community. You can download these on YouTube. You can download them just as a PDF if you click on them. And if you are a physician or hospital network, you can order them in bulk from us directly at the same link. So these are really very, very important. They're easy to read and provide so much great information. One of our major programs as well. That's why I saved it for a separate page all on its own. We also have patient awareness posters. So if you want to be an Aortic Hope ambassador, this is one of the things that you would order. These are things that you can drop off at doctor's offices, at your local emergency centers, like your fire departments and ER rooms and things of that nature, where they can put them on the wall for patients to read. This helps promote who we are. Doctors can put them in the waiting rooms. We also have little information cards that you'll see in the plastic carriers in the waiting rooms of many of your physicians that people can take home with them and let them know about aortic hope. So these especially will go to cardiologists and surgeons' offices, cardiothoracic surgeons, and even primary care physicians, because that's where most people start, or where they may find out after they find out where they have the disease. So these can be spread around. They're great, as even we say here, even your local gym, if you can get permission where you work out, because did you know that a lot of especially extreme weightlifters are to get aortic aneurysms and dissections because it can often be caused by extreme weightlifting. I'm talking about those people that sit on that bench press and do clean and jerks and stuff with, a couple 100 pounds. So That is also your gym can be a great place to do it. Anywhere, if you even are at a university, med schools, things of that nature, you can put them everywhere. We want to educate people everywhere. The more people that know about aortic dissection, because it is a hidden disease, usually only discovered by accident. When people have a CT or an echocardiogram for something else, and then it shows up and the radiologist sees it and puts it in the report that you have the beginnings of an aneurysm, maybe small, but then will need to be watched and kept an eye on, or they may see that you had dissected or things of that nature. So they're typically by accident. So the more we educate people, which is a big part of our mission, the better. So you can get these posters and just get permission to put them up or leave them with your doctors and ask them to please put them up in the exam rooms and out in the lobbies and so on. Here's another form and to get the posters. Just have to sign up and we will send them to you. Also, we have the Hope Shop. Hope Shops are where you can buy Aortic Hope swag. This is another way to let people know about Aortic Hope. We have the belts, these things here. These attach to your seat belts. They're great. So in case that you have an accident and you have emergency responders coming, this will let them know that you have an aneurysm or that you're a dissection survivor. They also open up because they wrap around the seat belt. On the inside is a pocket. Now in mine, I have one actually on both of the front seat belts because I never know where I'm sitting. They have a pocket, and inside there, mine, I put all of my medications, a list with all the medications I take, and my contact information for my physicians. So in case that I do have that emergency situation, the first responders and then possibly the hospital will have that information as well, which is very, very important for them to know. You can get them in several colors, in English and in French. We also have the magnets. I have this one. This is a magnet that attaches to the outside of your car. They stay on really well through rain, through snow, through wind, even through the car wash. They stay on your car, and they're great. And just to let that little drive-by thing, let people know that about aortic disease, and it can start them to think and maybe, what is that? We also have T-shirts, golf shirts, see, like I'm wearing here. There we go, Aortic Hope. Okay, hoodies, aprons, stickers, coffee mugs, water bottles. I mean, so much stuff. It's amazing, all the different things we have. And anything that you purchase in the Hope Shop, those dollars do go to help Aortic Hope. It's a fundraiser as well, and helps us with our mission. Teespring's another group that we have that helps, and they specialize in t-shirts, tanks, phone cases, face masks, beach towels, fanny packs. You would be surprised all the different things that you can get with Aortic Hope and help us spread the word of our mission and our group and let people know all about awareness. Look at this. Look at this beautiful little aortic denim jacket. Okay, one of the things that they've made for us. And then also the patient guides. Just Best is another gift card group as well. And the posters, we've seen that. Events here on our webpage, this is aortichope.org, by the way, on your browser, is the list of the events upcoming for the current month and usually the next month once we catch up. But it does list our support groups and the times and dates that they meet, as we went over earlier. And then here's January. We also have programs, Qigong, which is a great exercise and mental health program, the Week in Review, our support groups, caregivers, and then later the WISE, Women Inspiring Support and Empowerment. This is a group for the women members. This great group because the women just sometimes want to talk with each other, as we know, and say things that may not say in front of their male partners or other men. So it's a great program. Ask a Doctor. Those are on Tuesdays, that's a live program again, where you can watch and write questions to the doctor depending on their specialty and get information or instant information. So a lot of other things as well. We do have sponsors, which I mentioned earlier, Cook Medical. These are medical equipment manufacturers, devices. Edward Life Sciences is also a manufacturer of uh, devices, medical devices for patients. They're very interested and concerned about the patients that they provide these stents and grafts and things of that nature that are used. We really appreciate their sponsorship. And the law firm of Doherty, Sella, and Keene, they're dedicated to representing individuals seeking Social Security disability benefits, which is a really big deal. We hear that a lot in our groups as well about questions about getting on disability if you need to. Okay, heart valve voice, and then our series. Now, where can you find us besides this, the aortichope.org? This is all the information about our group, but you can also find us in social media. Very common. We have Facebook groups. All of these different groups, the different support groups have their own survivor pages. We have the caregiver pages, bereavement, Canadian pages as well. You can sign up for them. You just go to Aortic Hope, or you can search on Facebook up here and just enter, see, Aortic Hope Private Forum, okay, things of that nature. And then you will go to a page where you sign up, and then you will be usually led into those groups. But this is our main page, the Aortic Hope main page on Facebook, and lots of information, announcements, and so on there. Okay, see, it's a lot of the same things I just showed you, but we make announcements and then there'll be discussions in the different groups. YouTube, our YouTube channel, very important. We are so active. This is one of the probably the main outreach, another outreach program that we do. All the things that I talk to, all these things that go up on YouTube are there pretty much forever. So, and here's what I'm talking about. As you see, here's the donation link, the subscription link, okay? And when you have these different programs, see, there I am. We can review Kevin Songer with the Qigong. You can see him there showing you how to exercise. The patient guides are available here. Our Survivor series, our Q&A with Ask a Doctor and the Aortic Athletes. That's a great group for those of you that are very athletic, that are curious about what you can do. So we have all sorts of live Q&A with different people, with physicians, with athletes, with pharmacists, and so on, that have a lot of great information. The Aortic Kitchen, that's myself. I am also the Aortic Chef. And my wife, Mindy, is the aortic dietitian, and we do an online cooking program. We've been offline for about a month. We will get started again this month with new programs that you will see. They are designed for cooking for people with aortic disease. So it's very interesting, and we'll teach you how to make food that looks good and tastes good without cooking without added salt, which is a big thing because most people say that, food tastes terrible, but there are ways to make food taste good without the addition of salt or minimal. So here are our programming. We have other live streams. Some of them are recorded. Our arts and crafts program, the weeks in reviews, things of that nature, the doctors, mindfulness medication, and links to our community, the John Ritter, Rock from the Heart, Think Aorta, Aortic Warriors. These are other groups in the aortic community as well. We are also active on Instagram. If you are an Instagram user, you can find us there as well. A lot of it comes as part of that meta universe. So things that are posted in the Facebook pages often end up here on the Instagram, but if you prefer to use Instagram, I know a lot of people don't like to use Facebook, so you can find it here as well. And you can follow us on Instagram and have conversations as well. Last but not least, we have Think Aorta. This is a group we talked about earlier. They are an international group like we are, but that was originally started, I think, in the Great Britain and England. We then started a US-based group as well. We work together, and this is typically about training and awareness for emergency responders and emergency room physicians and professional staff. So the big thing is think family, think aorta. We really encourage people that have aortic disease. Here's our guides again. We have posters, but if you have aortic disease, we want people to be sure that they have their family members checked out. Aortic disease is found to be genetic in many ways for people. And the only way to find out that you have a genetic link to aortic disease is to get genetic testing. It can be difficult sometimes. If you end up in the hospital, you can ask about it if you have surgery. I know when I had my surgery, the geneticist just came to me and we did genetic testing as part of my surgical recovery. If you want to do it with your primary or cardiologist, it may be a little more difficult. It's not always covered by insurance. You may have to fight, but it's a really good idea. Then you will see there are quite a few markers have been discovered. I think there are somewhere around 40 already that have been discovered that show you may have a link to aortic disease and other tissue diseases like Marfan's that are commonly associated with aortic disease. But the other thing is if you do have aortic disease, you want to have your immediate, those your plus one family members. So that's brothers, sisters, and children, or even parents if they're still alive. Have them checked, have an appointment with a cardiologist. Very, very important. Well, that's a lot of stuff for 2026 that's going on, and that's going to continue. Again, I'm Rob Seltzer with Aortic Hope. If you enjoyed this program, which I hope you did, please use that link below and say you like and subscribe to it and hit the donate button. And until next week, when Molly Thomas will be with us. No, I think next week, I'm sorry. I think Karen Anderson will be back with us. So returning from surgery to do a program on the Week in Review. So we're looking forward to it. I want to thank you so much for joining me. And I just want to say thank you and good night.